For today, what we'll be discussing is we will look at some commands, how to use select query, and we will go through lots of examples. So yesterday was full theory, today will be full kind of practical, you can say. We had discussed yesterday select command, select statement. So what did we discuss? I told you that it is mostly like bread and butter of if you're working on databases. And we discussed about the syntax of a select statement and if I want to select one column, how should I do it? If I want to select multiple columns, how should I do it? If I can give you the example. So this was if I do select star from patients, it will give me all the columns, patient ID, first name, last name. Okay. And if I want to only select few columns, what I would do is I would do patient ID, let's say. Then when I do enter, then it will only give me one column. And if I wanted to do other column names here, first name, then it will give me two columns. So this was what we started with yesterday, and I hope it's very straightforward and simple. Everybody should be clear. Okay. Then if we start next, I would like to emphasize on one thing here. So whenever I'm doing a select command and getting all these columns, right? So do you see how many number of results are coming? 4,530. Okay. The table has 4,530 30 rows. That is why we are getting 4,530. And if you see, if I go to 2, 3, so if I keep going on, it will keep increase. I'll keep getting all of them. But do you think in real life scenario, if I wanted to find out something, will I need all the information? No, right? I won't need everything. I'll only be querying about a particular set of people. For it is patient here, I might be looking at a patient who is just entered, or I want to find out what are the allergies for one specific patient. So then I'll get that patient's ID and I'll be able to search by his name. Okay. So never while using tables, while using any data, we don't want to see everything. We want to see only what is important to us. It is like saying, to get back to my presentation. Okay. I don't want to select everything, right? It's like saying data is garbage, information is gold. So even in when you take uh, and if anything is in abundance, it doesn't make sense. Only when you have what you want, only then it is important. So similarly, we can say data is garbage and information is gold. Okay. I had just come across a joke yesterday somewhere online. Okay. So we have that chicken crosses the road kind of a thing, right? So similarly, why did the data cross the road? No, to get to the other side and become information. Maybe a lame joke, but yeah, we'll still continue. Okay, so basically today what we'll be saying is we have a table, we have data inside the table, how we will convert that data into something that will be useful for us to read or useful for us to make insights and gain some understanding. Okay, I hope that is clear. So the first thing that we are going to discuss today is where clause. So what is a where clause? It is as good as saying, let's say you have a table and in the table you only want certain rows. You only want rows which satisfy certain condition. Condition can be anything. I'll tell you what a condition is, but where command is used in cases where I have a table and I want to use only and I want to fetch only certain rows from a table. Okay. So what is the syntax for it? As you can see, select then whatever is the column names that we want. In case of a single column, we'll use the column name. In case of 2 3 columns, we'll use the column names and then the star command. After that, from name of the table, and then we write where and then the condition. So this condition will decide what all are the items that we will be showing in the final result. Okay. If I have to give you certain examples, if we go back to this, right? So let us say if I do a, let's get all the columns first. Okay, select start from patients. Okay, so let us say we want to see people, we want to only know people who have penicillin as their allergy. Okay, then what can I do? I'll do select star from patients where, what is the name of the column? The name of the column is allergies. And I want to see the patients who have allergies as penicillin. So what I'll do, just do a equal. So equal says that whatever is the content inside this column, right, it should be equal to whatever I'm giving here. And this allergies is like a string because it is not number, it is a string. So if it is string, we'll put it into double quotes and then we'll add the content here. So now if I do where allergies is equal to penicillin, now if you see, if I do this and if I do a control enter, okay, so now you see. So I have patients only who have their allergy is penicillin. You guys are able to see it, right? So initially we had some 4,500 people. So now it has reduced to how many people? Around 1,082 patients. So all these patients are the patients whose allergy is only penicillin. Okay. So this is one such example. Let's say I don't want, I want to find out all the people whose age is greater than something. Do we have age here? Okay, we don't have age. Let's say I just want to find out all the people who are female. Okay, so we have gender, right? Where I'll do gender is equal to F. So now what will it do? It will give me all the people who all are female. Okay, if I do enter, you can see, right? Gender F, 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 F. So these are all the people who are female. If you see, the data is fairly distributed. There are 2062 people who are female and the other one will be male. Okay, so this is one such. So now let us say I want to find out a condition where all the females who have penicillin as their uh, allergy. So then what I'll do, gender, there is a keyword called and. So whenever we want to check for more than one condition, we will do, this is the first condition, then I'll have the second condition where gender is F and allergies is equal to penicillin. ICILLIN. Okay. So now if you see again the number, what has it reduced to? It has reduced to 527. Because what happened? Initially we only had one condition, that is gender is female. So now what we did, we also added another condition saying all the people who are whose allergy is penicillin. Okay. So because of this, now we have more than one condition and the number of people it has reduced, right? So let us say I add one more condition. So let us say I am a company who's targeting female who have penicillin allergy only in Toronto city. Okay. So why? Because let's say there is a doctor who has come to me and he has told me I am opening a new clinic in Toronto and I am specialized in treating penicillin patients. So now if they want to do targeted advertising to patients who are from Toronto, who are female and who have penicillin as an allergy, then what I'll do, I've added gender is female, allergies is penicillin, and city is Toronto. Okay. So now if I do control enter, now you can see it has reduced even more, right? The number is not showing up. One second. Second. For some reason the number is not showing, but the number would have reduced to a lot. Okay. Not showing, man. Okay, it's only this much. I think there is not more than this. So it has reduced to very minimum. There are only like 20 to 30, 20 to 30 patients, I think. Yeah. So now what we did is with using a where clause, we are specifying what all conditions we want. It can be gender, it can be allergies, it can be city, whatever. So I'll tell you. So I've just given you one example of and, but there are also there are a lot of conditions that you can specify. So like for example, let us say I didn't want to do a and. I wanted to find all the people who have allergies as penicillin or they have another allergy. Let us see what all allergies we have in this patients. Okay, like this. Okay. So if I do a control enter, that should show me what all allergies are there. Okay, penicillin is one, sulfa is one, codeine is one, ragweed is one. Okay, so let's say I want to find out people who have allergy either as penicillin or as ragweed. So what I'll do, or let me remove the comment from here, or allergies is ragweed. So now if I hit enter and if I do okay, I have to remove semicolon. You saw the mistake, right? What mistake I did? I added semicolon and then again I wrote where. So it should not be like that. So it should have here. Okay. So now when I do a control enter, so now you can see the allergies is either penicillin and then it should be, if I go all the way to the end, or ragweed. Did I give the spelling wrong? I think so. Wait. Your allergies is penicillin. 1 second. No? Penicillin. RAGWEED. RAGWEED. EWERGIS. Why is it not showing up? 1 second. Oh, 1 second. No? Oh, jeez. Yeah. So there are. This answers the question why they are. Why I was not seeing any ragweed patients is there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people who have ragweed allergy. So that is why when I did this, no, these people are hidden somewhere very deep. Okay, there is one here. I got now. See, there is one ragweed here. So total 1008. If I only do penicillin, you should be able to see 1082, right? So now if I do penicillin or ragweed, you can see I have 1088. So there are 6 people who have ragweed or penicillin. Okay. So this is one such. And also, let's say I want to find people who have penicillin and whose weight is more than certain kgs. So let's say penicillin is such a allergy which will only affect people who are obese. What do I mean by obese? Obese is somebody who is having a lot of weight. So then what I can do, I can also check whose weight is greater than, let's say, 100 kg. This actually is probably is pound, I'm thinking. It's a US, UK, US database maybe. So it will be in pounds. So it is in pounds. So now if I do whose weight is greater than 100 and then I hit enter. So now you will see there are only 227 people. So what has happened here? We have filtered the people whose weight is lesser and lesser, whose weight is more now. So we have lesser number of people. So now we only have 227 people. So you can see what I'm doing here, right? Okay, my camera is off. Okay. So you can see what I'm doing here. So what we're basically doing is we are taking the data that is given to us and then we are massaging the data. What do you mean massaging the data? We are filtering it more and more so that we get what is the information that we want. You might have heard, right? Facebook. Why? If you take, for example, why do people prefer to advertise in Facebook than advertising in a newspaper? Right? You can also advertise in newspaper, right? Why do people prefer to advertise in Facebook? Because Facebook does targeted advertising. So what do I mean by targeted advertising? So it has all this information. It knows your name, your place, what is your gender, what is your date of birth, and whenever you liked any post or you shared any videos or you shared any post with your friends or you search for anything in the past, right? So then Facebook knows it. So with this data, what it can do is it can write queries like this and filter. So let's say it wanted to give an ad for people who are only more than 25 years of age and less than 30 years of age, and then people who are only belonging to the city. So now Facebook can use queries like this and then filter out people, right? It can filter out certain number of people, and then I will do whatever I whatever program I want to run, whatever coupons discount I maybe I want to give, all of that I can do once I get this information. So this query, right? There are a lot of other statements that you can write here. There are a lot of other conditions that you can write here. We'll cover these kind of conditions at the after we look at some more keywords. So far we learned this. Select is to use the columns, from is to use the name of the table, and then where we have a condition. Okay. So next, let us look about one more statement, that is order by. Okay. So just now you saw, right? I did I used order by only. So what had I done in order by? Order by is used to sort the items in ascending order or descending order. Like let us say here, if I go back to the query and I had done this. So what did I do here? If you see, I had taken penicillin and allergies, but what had happened was that penicillin and the ragweed, right? They all were coming in middle, in between each other. So it was very difficult for me to identify, see them properly. So once if it is ordered, I can see line by line, right? So all of the items will come at grouped in one place. So then it becomes very easy to look at them and search also. Like for example, if I do, it starts from first. So if I do just order by allergies, right? Now, if you see the query, it starts with P in the beginning. So penicillin is the starting word. So what it has done, it has taken the allergies column and it has sorted it by ascending order. Since it is a string, it has sorted it by A, B, C, D, like how you would sort items in a dictionary, right? So similarly, we have sorted the allergies. So let us say I didn't want to sort by allergy. I wanted to sort it by name, first name, first name. Okay. So then what would happen? All the people who have, you can see, right? All the people whose names are starting with A, they have come first. Okay. Then all the people whose names will start with B will come next. So there are a lot of A's. Okay. So then you can see, I think there are C, then there is D, then there is E. Okay. So what I did, order by, just as it sounds in the English, right? We are taking certain columns and we are ordering the rows in that column in certain way. It can either be descending or it can be ascending. Okay. So by default, if you don't give anything, it is considered as ascending order. So now if I give this, sorry, for descending, we use the keyword DESC, descending DESC. So now if I do a control enter, you can see, right? The letters are starting from Z now. Because I've ordered by first name and first name is of type string, the letters are starting from Z. It will go Z, Y, W, X, V. Okay. So I can also sort it by two columns at the same time. So I want to first sort it by first name. So that if I sort by first name, I'll have people who have, oh, sorry. Okay. So if I sort it by first name, so I'll have people who are having, whose names are starting with A. But let's say I also want to sort it with the last name. So I'll do first sorted by first name and then sorted by last name. Now if I do this, now this is also sorted by last name. Okay. So this first name is sorted first and then after that we are sorting it by the last name. Okay. Now so this much itself is ordering. So now if I do DESC, then it would have sorted it by descending order. Okay. Go back to the presentation. So it is used to sort the results of a select statement. And also you can know that even if I don't put this, right, I can just have this much also. Now if I've done this, what this means is even if I don't, I can write an order by query even if I don't have where clause. Okay, so now if I do enter, it'll still work. Now you see Ave and Kendall has worked, but now there are allergies group is gone. So now you are seeing people with all different kinds of allergies, right? So you can use it in select statement and it is used to make the columns either in ascending order or descending order. The syntax that we talked about, select, you have select and whatever was we had learned about select remains the same. from table, whatever is the table name. Then you can write order by, and you can use as many columns as possible. And also you can do it this way. I can sort column 1 in ascending order and column 2 in descending order. So I can show that also. Order by first name and last name. So now what will happen is the first name will be ordered in descending order and the last name will be ordered in ascending order. Okay. So, so if you can see this, right? So this person is Senigata. So, but who has come first here? Kobayakawa has come first and Overstreet has come next. Why is this happening? Because last name, I have ordered it in ascending order. Because last name is ordered in ascending order, K is coming first and then O is coming first. Okay. If I would have done both in descending, no? And see, now Zenigata Overstreet has come first and then Kobaya Wakawa has come next because now I've ordered it in descending order. Right? Last name is not in sorted form. Okay. What do I mean by, so when I mentioned the first name is in sorted from here, right? So you could see ABBY, ABE, because what do I mean by, should I explain sorting? So here if you open a dictionary, let us say you had two words, one is apple and one is apple and APE. Okay, you had APE and you had apple. So APE will come first, right? APE and then you have APPLE. Okay. So if I am sorting this in ascending order, I'll see both A's are same. Then I'll check P. Okay, both P's are same. Then I check E. So E is smaller than P. So what will happen? APE will come first, APPLE will come next. Okay. Similarly, if I had a ball, so now the ball will come next only because when I'm searching starting from beginning, so A's are smaller, so B is bigger than A, so B will come next. But if I was to sort these three in descending order, then what will happen? Ball would come next, then apple will come, and then you have AP. Right? So this is how, when I mean sort by first name DESC, this is what is happening. And when I do sort by first name ASC, it will be reverse of this. I'll have APE and then PPLE and then ball. Okay. So this is now okay. Then when I do first name ASC and last name also ASC. So what this means is, so let us say I had two people. Okay. Let us say we had Ankit. Okay. One is Ankit Sharma, and then I had Ankit Tiwari, and then I had Anupam Sharma. Now, if this is the first name, and then this is the last name. Okay. So when I sort these people by first name also in ascending order and last name also in ascending order, so what happens is, if I was sorting them in first order, Ankit will come first because Ankit both are same. They'll again this guy will come next, and Anupam will come third. But now I have to sort their last names, right? So for these both, the first name is same, so it doesn't matter. So now I'll sort it by the last name. So S comes first, that is why S is first, and T comes next, that is why T is second. But if I was to sort this first name ascending and last name descending, then what would happen? Tiwari would be here, Sharma would be here. Okay. So I hope you have understood. We'll just move ahead. So nothing much in order by. It is used to sort columns in ascending order or descending order, and you can give as many columns as possible. But you can only give as many columns as they are there in the patient's table. Okay. Let us go next. So we can also use numbers, right? So when I'm sorry, instead of saying first name last name, I can also say 2112 that way. Okay. So here if you see I had done order by first name ASC last name ASC, right? So now if I do select first name and last name, now I can do order by one ASC and last name is 2, right? So because this is column 1 and this is column 2, I can do this. And now if I do enter, so 1 is the column number 1 and 2 is the column number 2. Okay. And if I don't give anything and if I do a star, it should pick up this way here. If you see on the side, there is some ordering for the patients, right? Patient ID is first name is the second, last name is the third. So now it will first sort by patient ID and then next sort by first name. Okay. So now you are seeing, right? It is sorted by patient ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now because there are no two same patient IDs, it doesn't matter if I tell second you do by descending or ascending at all. Okay. So this much also would have been fine. And if I had given 2 here, then it would sort by first name. Right now it has sorted by first name. So we can not only use uh, the name of the column, we can also use a number that is which is depicting that column. Okay. So then we'll go ahead with. Okay. So now what all have we learned? First is select command and from. So both of these are compulsory. Okay. So when you have in any SQL query, the select command and from command are always compulsory. So what changes is where command and order by command. Okay. So you can have where by command or you cannot have, that is also fine. You can have order by command or you cannot have, that is also fine. Okay. So let us move ahead next. Okay. So now we'll look at the, okay, before I go there, I want to stop for a while and ask if there are any questions because these are very important. Okay. So the basics of SQL starts from here itself. So if you have understood these properly, you'll be able to solve questions. You'll be able to understand the queries in future. You'll be able to understand everything else properly. Okay. Any questions? So, okay. Somebody has a very special question here. How does order of sorting by special characters like at, hash, dollar and all work? Okay. So I'm assuming you guys are, let me write the question. So let us say you had A, B, C, this and all you'll understand. But let us say instead of that, I had these as my queries. If these are the letters, how will I sort this? How will SQL know to sort this? Okay. So for that, let me tell you something. So all the letters that are defined in your computer, right? They are stored in binary because computers can only understand on and off. So everything is stored either as 1 or 0. Okay. So every character, right? So A is also stored as a bunch of 1 and 0. So it will be something like this. Let's say B is something like this. Not this, it would be some random number. I'm not writing the exact value. I'm writing the random number. So in this case, how we will sort is every letter, right, is assigned a value. Okay. So like, for example, A is assigned 65. B is assigned 66. C is assigned 67. Okay. Similarly, like this, all letters are assigned this value. So when I do comparison between a character, one word and another word, right? So like we had apple and then we had ape. So when I'm doing a comparison, I take these two characters, A, and I see. So this A is 65. This is also A, so it is also 65. It doesn't matter. So both of them are same. I won't do any changes. PP also same. But when I come to P and E will be somewhere what? E will be what? 69. Okay. Whereas P will be somewhere around 75, 76. So now I know E is smaller than P, right? So that is why I'll take E as the first letter and P as the next letter. So where is this mapping defined that this value is this much, A is this much, B is this much, C is this much. So it is called as ASCII. Okay. What does ASCII stand for? It stands for American Standard for Information, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. I think we can just search ASCII table. Now, if you see this, give me a minute. Huh? Open image in new tab. So you can see, right? As I was saying, 65 in decimal, A is 65, B is 67, and somebody else who had asked about all these characters and spaces. So these are having these values. So when I'm comparing whether one word is greater than other word, so I'll use these numbers and then try to compare them. Okay. I hope that answer is also clear. So we will move ahead, going back to presentation. So what I was saying, select and from are compulsory. You can have where or you cannot have where. That is fine. You can have order by or you cannot have order by. That is also fine. Okay. So let us look at our next statement, that is group by. So select statement with group by clause. Okay. So where is this used? So let us say I have certain values. So like for example, in this patients I had penicillin. So now I want to group all the patients who have penicillin and I want to do some value on them. Let us say like I want to calculate the number of people who have penicillin, or I want to find out the maximum of penicillin, or I want to do something like that. So then that time we will use group by column. Okay. So how will group by column help us? First, let's just talk about the syntax. Okay. We have select column 1, column 2, and then the thing that I talked about, if I want to find the count, if I want to find the sum, or if I want to find average, or all of that. Okay. So that is the function that I was talking about. And then we use from table, what is the table that we have, and then we have a group by query. So group by is how do I want to group it. Okay. I'll just show one or two examples so that you'll be able to understand. Okay. So let us say I had patients, right? Select, let us say I have first name, last name. Not first, we'll do count in the beginning. Okay. Select count of all the allergies, well, ERGs from patients, group by where allergies is equal to, let's say, milk allergy. Okay. So now I have people who all have milk allergy. I want to find out the count of people who have milk allergies. So then what I do enter. Okay, ask you. Okay, I'll remove this thing. Okay. So now it shows me, right? You can see it is showing me the count. So it is showing me count of all the people who have allergies, and it is 40. Okay. So now let us say I want to find all the different kinds of allergies and their count of people. I want to find how many different people are there for different types of allergies. Then I'll not do this also. Group by, not first. I want to find out allergies, group by allergies. If I do a control enter, ALLERGIES, 1 second. Okay. Patients allergies. Give me a minute. So I want to find out count of allergies for a particular, say, city. And then I do group by. Okay. So now you can see. So for, you should not have restricted first name, should not have word. This is showing my first name. So if I wanted to find the number of people who are having allergies based on different cities, so then I would do city, and when I do this, it will show me for this city how many people are there and who have different allergies. For this city, how many people are there who have again different allergies. Okay. So this is what is group by. If I have to give another example to it, give me 1 second. Let us say select star from patients. Okay. So now let us say I want to find out the average weight of all the people. Okay. So then what I will do is I will do select AVG and weight. So then what it will do is it will calculate the average weight of all the patients from it will calculate the total average weight of all the patients. Okay. When I do hit enter, you can see, right, what is average weight of all the patients. So this is the aggregate function that I was talking about. Okay. So now let us say I don't want to find the average weight. I want to find the maximum weight. Okay. So I want to find the maximum weight of all the patients. Okay. Did you guys understand? We will look at different queries when we start solving for different queries. For now, oh sorry, I've done max weight from patients. I've not used a group by only here. Okay, group by. So let us say I want to find the maximum weight of all the patients per city. So then what I'll do, I'll do group by city. So now this will tell me what is the weight of what is the average maximum weight of a patient for different cities. Okay, so now if I do control enter, now you can see, right? So people who are in Ajax, their maximum weight is so the maximum weight of a person in Ajax is 123 kgs. In this city, the maximum weight is this. In this city, the maximum weight is this. Okay. So let us say I didn't want to calculate the maximum weight. I wanted to calculate the average weight. Okay? And I wanted to group them by city. Okay. So now you see this. I want to find the average weight by different types of allergies. Okay, so now let us say somebody who has an allergy for milk will have a lot of weight. So if we, let's say I wanted to find out like that. So then what I would do, select average weight for different types of allergies. And whatever I'm selecting here, right, it should be same here. Okay. For an allergy, what is the average weight of a person? So now you can see, right? So null is people who don't have any allergy. So normally people who don't have any allergy, their weight is 78. And people, this is for different allergies, what are the weights? Okay. So now if I do, let us say I've done this. Now I want to find out which group, which I want to order these by the type of allergy, so that I'll be able to find out which allergy people have most weight. So then what I can do, order by weight, should be AVG weight. Let's call it. I'm sorry, 1 second. Let's select this as a different table. As okay. Now you can see, right? So what I've done here is I've selected the average weight and I've named it as a different column so that I'll be able to use that column later on. And now I've chosen, I've sorted it, I've grouped them by types of allergies. So and I've ordered it by the average weight of patients. So now if you see people who have dust allergy, their weight is more. Then people who have peanut oil allergy, their weight is slightly lesser. And then people who have cotton, theirs is little more less. Okay. So let us say now I want to find out all the patients, all the diseases, all the allergies where the weight is more than, let's say, 100 kg. So then what I can even do here is where it comes in having. Okay, let's say I don't do this. I want to find out it only for people who belong to certain city. Okay, then I can do where city, right? City is Toronto. Now you can see. So now what I've done is select all the patients from Toronto and then group them by their allergies and calculate the average weight. And then do a descending of the by whatever is the average weight. So now you can see people who are living in Toronto, their average weights. So for people who are living in Toronto and people who have feathers allergy, their average weight is almost 110. Okay, then you have Tylenol with 100, then different diseases with average weights. Okay, so what we are trying to do in group by is take a particular value. Let's say if you take, for example, India. So in India, if you can take all the states and then I'll group by state. I'll group all the values by the state and then calculate maybe maximum, minimum, average, or count like that. Okay. Okay. So you've seen the syntax and we looked at some functions. We look at more functions when we go ahead. So, and also if you see whatever column name I'm including here, right? So that is allergies other than the function, whatever I'm including here, only that I can include here in the group by. So I cannot include some other table. I can say group by, let us say I'll say city. But now this won't work. It is not showing city, right? You can see. Why is it not showing city? Because I've not put it in group by. But if you see, if I put it in city and then do group by, right? So now what it would do, let's say I'll put it here first, group by city and then group by allergy. Okay. So now it has done 2 level of grouping. So take all the people in Toronto who have feathers allergy and calculate their average weight. What is their average weight? Their average weight is 110. Take all the people in Toronto. Okay, sorry. Now it is fine. Order by average weight descending. Okay. So now for all the people who are in city Bancroft and have vaporic acid as an allergy, the average weight is 138. Okay. So for all the people who are in North Bay who have their allergy as peanut butter, their average weight is 138. So you can also get it for all the cities. Instead of doing this, I'll do this with city ASC allergies. So now you can see what do we have in city Ajax. People who don't have any allergy, their weight is 69. In city Ajax, people who have this allergy, their weight is 60. Average weight is 68. In city this, people who have this allergy, their average weight is 63. So similarly, like this for a different city. Okay, for different cities, we have different average weight. So instead of average weight, if I wanted to calculate maximum weight, so then what I would do, I would do max. Okay. And then when I hit enter, so now it is showing me the maximum weight. Okay. So I'll go ahead. So this can also be combined with a where clause. So that's what we did, right? We have select from group by, order by, and then we can also have where clause here, where city is equal to Ajax. Okay. Now it will show only for this city, this particular city, what is allergy and what are the whatever is the function that I used here. Okay. So this is what we did with a where clause. Sorry, with a group by clause. Okay. So what did we do so far? Select from, and then select is the number of columns, from is the which table, where is whatever the condition that you want. Then you can use group by, you can use order by, and all these three are not compulsory. So that is why I made them yellow, right? So you can have a whereby or you cannot have a whereby. You can use a group by or you can skip a group by clause. You can use an order by clause or you can skip an order by clause. Okay, cool. So we use group by. Now we'll talk about using a having clause with a group by clause. Okay. So what does this having clause do? So after doing a group by, so where I did a group by here, let's take example. Okay. So we had done this group by, right? So where we were taking the average weight and then we were doing it per city and for an allergy. Okay. So we were getting this. So now let us say I only want to include having an average weight which is greater than 23. So what I've done, I've calculated the average weight of all the cities and I want to have only the cities where average weight, only the cities and allergies where average weight is greater than what was it, 123. So then what I'll do is having average weight greater than 120, let's say 120. So it should, I think, only give me, let's say 130. Okay, it should only give me this column. I think there may be some other. Let's do 134. Here syntax. Okay, I think this doesn't work with having. Okay, sorry, having should be above this. Okay, so you need to remember this. So order by should always come at the end. Okay, so having will be before. Okay, so there are a lot of. So what this actually does is, once I have grouped everything, if I want to use the value that I've grouped with, like average, average weight is the value that I got after grouping. So now if I want to filter based on this criteria, so I want to filter based on average weight, that only people who have this more than this average weight I want to use them. So at that time I'll use a having clause. Okay. So I can also use other conditions where average weight is, let's say, less than 60. So do I have any place where I've sorted them by city and allergy, and I've chosen the max. Sorry, I've chosen the max weight, and the max weight is less than 60. Should so sorry, less than 60. Okay, there are people here. I think the data is probably not correct. Also, you cannot have somebody whose average weight is less than 5. Not average, max weight. So what we have done here is, using having clause, whatever is the function from which I got the values, I can put a condition on that. I cannot use a where clause and put a condition on this. Okay, so the only difference between a where clause and a having clause is, where clause is for let's say I wanted to do here where weight is less than and weight is less than 60. So now what this will do is, even before calculating the maximum weight, it will it will remove all the people who have weight less than 60. Okay, so like for example, let us say I had let us say I had 5 values, that is 5, uh, 5, 10, 15, 14, and then 13. Okay, so now if I do a where clause and then do where greater than 10, so even before calculating the average, right, it will only choose 15, 4, and 3, 13. So this two will be removed. So this is what is where 10. But if I do, instead of where 10, if I do where average, sorry, where after calculating the average, where if I do having AVG of this number greater than 10, then what it will do, it will calculate this whole value. So it will be 10, 15, 25, 25 for 29, 29, 13. Let's say it comes somewhere around 12. Sorry. If it comes somewhere around 12, then it will not be removed. Or if it is less than 12, if it is 8, then it will get removed. So the only difference between having and where clause is executed before grouping all the items, whereas having clause is executed after grouping all the items. Okay. Let's go back to the PPT. So the having clause, it's used to group based on aggregate values, and then the only difference between where clause is, where clause runs before and then having clause runs after. Where clause is used to filter on any column, but having clause is only used to filter on items where you already grouped them by certain value. And you can see the syntax: select from group and then having. Okay, so whatever is the function's column name and then whatever is the value that I want. And also group by should always come before uh, order by and after group by. So that is why when I did this, right, it failed, saying having is wrong. Right. So, I think that is it with the having clause as well. So now how did our whole select statement become? So we have a select, we have a from. Select is for table, the columns. From is for the table. Where is the condition? So you can, whatever I put in color, no, it is not compulsory. You can either have it or not have it. You can have a where clause where you add some condition. You can have a group by clause where you add some again condition. Sorry. And having. So you can only have having if you have a group by. You cannot have having without a group by. Okay. And having should always be after a group by. And then you have at the end order by. Order by is to sort it in either ascending order or descending order. Okay. Yeah. So just to give a brief, this is what uh, from this is select from, whereas to condition to specify condition. Group by is to collect records and then group in one or more columns. Having is if you want to add some condition whatever column that we have grouped by, and order wise if you want to make it an ascending order, descending order. We'll solve certain questions so that we'll get a little bit comfortable with solving queries. I have a list of questions that I have, should be there in a document. So I'll paste questions one by one so that you should be able to do it. And I'll also check in the, you can add it in the chat box so that you'll be able to, at least when some people are able to answer the question, I'll go ahead with the next questions. Okay. This is the first question. So select all patients from the information table, patient's information from the table. So what would be the query for this? Select star from patients. Okay. So basically I'm saying give me everything. Okay. So let us say go to the next question. Select the first name, last name, and birth date of all patients. What should be the answer for this? So it is again as simple as, select first name, last name, birth date uh, from the table name. Okay. First name, last name, birth date. Good. So let us go to the next question, that is select the city and province of all patients. So this is also, I'm assuming, very straightforward. We're just supposed to select the city and it's again a select statement. City, comma, province from patients. Province names is not there. Oh, it's a different province ID is there, right? You just select province ID. Okay. City and then this province ID. Okay. Let's slightly increase. 1 second. So the next question is select the height and weight of all male patients. Male patients are defined by just M. Okay. So select the height and weight of all male patients. Height and weight of all male patients. How do you do this? Correct. So this is uh, uh, okay. This is you have a select and then height and weight. So what is the name of the height table? Height. And then you have the name of weight table, that is weight. Sorry, columns from the table name same patients. And then we want to have patients who are male only. Okay, so how do we do that? We have to filter out. So how are we filtering it out? We're filtering it out by where, and in which column is it present that the patient is male or female? It is present in the gender column, right? So I'll use gender is it's a M or F. So male is M, so I'm doing M. Now this will return me the height and weights of all the male patients. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go to the next question. It's again similar, just for practice. Select the first name, last name, and allergies of all the patients from a specific city. Let's assume the city is Toronto again. You do this. The question is select first name, last name, and allergies of all the patients from a city, specific city, Toronto. So remains the same. Here you'll have the first name, then you'll have the last name from patients where in which column do we have the city? City is here. So city is again what? Toronto. Okay. How will we do this? So I want you to give me the count of number of patients from each province. Okay, so here we'll have to use the count word. Select count, comma, city from patients, province. Okay, this province is just on and off, I think. I'm going to province ID. Okay, from patients, group by uh, province ID. Okay, so now if I do an enter, you can see what is the number of patients from uh, province AB. It is 47. The number of patients from province BC is 49. The number of patients from province MB is 31. The number of patients, different for provinces, the number of patients is all of this. Okay, so what we have done here is, so you don't need patient ID also, because patient ID is different, right? Patient ID everywhere is different. If I put patient ID, that should also be same, I think. So because we are counting the number of patient IDs per province, that should also be fine. Even if you don't put anything, it considers all the columns. So if I would just do select count rate, then instead of giving me patients per province, it will give me the total number of patients. Okay. So for people who have not understood, what we did here is we have taken the count of all the items for every province ID. So that is why we got province ID. Why? One second. No? Select count province ID. So for AB province ID, it is 47. So we found 47 rows for AB province ID. We found 49 rows for BC province ID. We found 31 rows for MB province ID, like that. Okay. So I'll give the next question. Select the average height of all patients. Okay. I want to find out the average height of all the patients, not per province or anything, of all the patients. So the function that you're going to use is AVG, and AVG of what you want to calculate that is supposed to use. So just like how we counted, how we took the count of all the patients, right? This gave me the count. Okay. So if I want to find the average height, what I'll do, select AVG from patients. Average of what? Average of height. So this gives me the average height. So their average height is somewhere 157. Okay. So now let us say I want to calculate the average height for, what is the average height for male and average height for female? How would you do this now? Select the average height of all patients per gender. How would you do this now? So what I want to know is what is the average height of males and what is the average height of females? So how do I do this? I want to calculate the average of height, but I want to group it by who? I want to group it by gender. Gender. Okay. So then I have to use group by here. group by gender. Okay, so now if I do a control enter, so now you can see the average height of females is 151. I think it is centimeter probably. Centimeter also is slightly less, but the average height of all the females is 151 and the average height of all the males is 163. Okay, so now I want to calculate all of average height, maximum height, minimum height. How will you do this now? In the same table, I want to calculate all of this. Okay, so I can also do like this. So average height, max height, and min height. If I do this, so it is giving me average height as well, max height as well, min height as well. Okay, and I'm grouping with the gender. Well, I think the values in this table are not accurate because it is not a real table. It's some random generated table. That is max height it shows for 206, min height is 28. Select the first name and last name of all patients who have a specific allergy and live in a specific city. So let's assume the city is Toronto, and the allergy is milk. How do you write it now? So date also is, I'll explain next about date. Okay. How will you solve this? Yeah. Allergy is specifically this and date is specifically this. Okay. So next, let us. There is another query called as between. Okay, I'll show that as well. So let us say I want to select people who are born. We have birth date, right? So let us say I would do like this. Select star from patients. Okay, so we have birth date, right? So I can say start from patients where birth date is greater than. Now if I give this, we put it as a string also, I think. And if I say 1 second, string just 1969. So the question from the right side. Okay, it is not working. Oh, I think it has. So total are how many patients are there? Right, actually. So here what you have done is, let's say I want to find out people who are born after 2000. So then what I'll do, all the people who are born after 2000, 2 and 2 will be the month and 12 will be the year. So 12 will be the date. Okay. So if I do this, there are actually these many people who are born. And let us say I want to find out people who were only born in year 2000. So then what I'll do is 2001 and birth date. Mm, birth date is less than 2000 and it should be 12 and then it should be 31st. So now I can also make it less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. And if I run this, so it shows me all the people who were born in 2000. Okay. Let us look at other questions. Select the number of patients with birth quota. I'll look at data. Select the average of height. Select the highest and lowest of weight of all patients by province. This can be done. This is a query. You're supposed to select the highest and lowest of all weights by province. Okay, sort by date is also same. So dates also work similarly. So because you have this 2000, right? So all dates are four letters in the beginning. So 2001 is always greater than 2000, like that. So they also, you can sort them also by same. If I take the previous query and I do order by date, sorry, not date, what was it? Birth date, ASC. So now it'll start, see, 2000 Jan 6, 2000 Jan 14, 2000 Jan 17, 2000 Feb 5, 2000 Feb 23. Okay, so uh, for ordering anything, it is just same thing. It can be a column of any type. Okay, so what was the question? Question was select the highest and lowest weight of all patients and group them by province. Okay, so you're supposed to select the highest and lowest weight of all patients and group them by province. Yeah, same. So it should be select max weight, comma min weight, then choose province ID, and then you have from the table name is patients by province ID. Okay, maximum weight for this province, minimum weight for this province. Okay, so what are the queries? Who were born in specific month. Okay, this we can see. So this is, we use a keyword called as like. Okay, so that is used to let's say I wanted to find use $8 like, and then I say $11. So what this will, or else if I do get me all the people who are born in 2000, I can also do this 2000 and then I do a dollar. Okay. So now this, what is this giving me? This is giving me all the people who are born in 2000. So I'll explain this, what is this keyword, how to do this, all of this in future. But for now, if I want to find people who are born in 1999, I just do enter. So you see, I'm getting all the people who are born in 1999. Let us say I want to find the people, all the people who were born in the month of Jan. I'll do 0 and I'll do this. So this will give me all the people who were born in the month of Jan. So I'll cover this tomorrow, how to use this like query and all. Okay. So what other things do we have? Okay, slightly difficult. Okay. Select the number of patients by birth year. This also will do next time. This is slightly difficult. Okay. I think this also we have covered. Select the average weight of all female patients who were born in a specific decade and live in a specific province. Yeah, this also can be done. Select the highest and lowest weight of all. Hierarch multiple. Yeah, I think we have done most of the questions. Whatever are related to dates and all, we use different extra commands in them. I'll provide you. We will take that up in next class, or I think if we still have time, I'll look at some other date presentation slides. Okay. Have, okay. So you want examples for have. So we discussed, right? So let us say I'll only give the question. Okay. Get me all the cities where the average weight of patients is greater than 90. How would you solve this? get me all the cities where the average weight of patients is greater than 90. Okay, so you'll have to use have here. So what we are supposed to do here is we can't use a where clause. If I do this now, select city average weight, comma city from patients. If I do where weight is greater than 90, then if I do group by city and then if I run this, right, so this is not correct. Why is this not correct? Because this average and all these functions, right, they're executed after the where clause. So that way what I'm doing, I'm not calculating the actual average of the whole city. So what is happening is instead of calculating the actual average, I'm removing all the people whose weight is less than 90 and then I'm doing an average. So if I do like this, right, the average will always be greater than 90. I'll show you why. You should start with the right side, but weight city, group by city. Okay, I've done right. So now if you see average is always more than 90. Now if I put this as more than 150, right? 150 is not there. Let's do I do more than 110. So now when I do average, the average will always be more than 110. If I do 120, the average will always be more than 120. Why is this happening? This is happening because instead of adding this weight property on the after grouping them, I'm adding it before only. So now instead of doing this, now if I do, I have to take this as a different table name as average weight. So these are called as aliases. Okay, for a same for this table name, you're using a different name. So this is called for this column name, you're using a different name, right? So this is called as an alias. Okay. So now when I do group by city average weight having average weight as greater than 90, no? Now I'll get actual places where the average weight is greater than 90. And if I would just do this, right, before I was not getting anything which was less than, which was greater than 90. Now if I do that, I'll get it. There are a lot of places where the average weight is less than 90, 58, 74 and all. We were missing them because I was doing a where here and then doing a weight is greater than 90. This way we're actually removing certain rows. Okay, sorry. Okay. So what other things do we want to discuss? 1 second. We have another half an hour. I think we have solved enough number of questions. If anybody still has some questions, we'll solve it last 15-20 minutes. We'll continue with the presentation. Okay. We discussed so far when to use a where group by, having an order by. Let us go to next. So I was talking about different conditions, right? So what all conditions can we use in a where clause that I was saying? So all of those are called as operators. So the conditions that can be created are created using operators. Okay. So these operators, when you use them, those conditions will either evaluate to true or false. So if it is false, whatever you wanted is not included. If it is true, whatever you want is included. Just like the condition where we're doing, where average weight is greater than 90, right? So it is a condition actually. So if the condition is satisfied, only then you are including a particular row. If it is not satisfied, you are removing it. So like that, what all types of conditions can we have? Okay, the conditions are formed by combining operands and operators. What is an operand? Operand is like input and operator is like the function that you're performing. So if I give an example, if you take 2 plus 3, so if you're taking 2 plus 2 plus 3, right, here 2 comma 3 are operands and plus is the operator. Okay, so even in so 2 and 2 plus 3, 2 up and 3 are the operands and 3 is plus is the operator. So usually there are two types of operators in SQL, but in actual computer science you'll find even more. But here there are two types of operators. One is unary operator and another one is binary operator. Okay, so what is a unary operator? In unary operator, we only use one operand, and in binary operator, we use two operands. So that is the only difference between a unary operator and a binary operator. Like for example, if you see here, so how many operands are there here? There are two operands, 2 and 3. So this 2 plus 3 plus is a binary operator. Okay, because there are two operands, plus becomes a binary operator. But you can also write this way, right? Minus 3. So it is also value. So here minus becomes minus is again. So we don't actually use it this way. We use properties like not. So let's say not 2. So not 2, not true. Let's say. So anything that is not true is false, right? So this not here is an operator. So this is a unary operator. So there are many other unary operators as well. We'll take a look at them. Okay. Let us go to the presentation. So syntax is, in case of a unary operator, the operator comes first, and then we have the operand, we have the values. In case of binary operator, you have both the operands in the beginning and at the end, and then you have the operator in the middle. Just like how we had it 2 plus 3. Plus is the operator. Operands are at the front end in the beginning, and the operand is in the middle. Operator is in the middle. Okay. Can make query to print names of the table with reverse of words like. Yeah. So there are a lot of functions that you can use and that you can also create on your own. You can use them to reverse strings or find the length of something, or do additions on the go, do subtractions on the go, and all. That is possible. Okay. It is possible. Okay. So this was the presentation. Okay. So you have operators of type unary operator and binary operator. So let us look at what are the how these operators are categorized. Okay, so the operators are categorized into various ways. One is arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, set operators, bitwise, and unary. So arithmetic operators are things like plus, minus, into, divide, mod. Okay, so there where you're doing some arithmetic calculation. Comparison operators are greater than, smaller than, greater than or equal to, smaller than or equal to, and all. Logical operators are things like or, and, where you are taking two things, one thing on the left and one thing on the right, and then you are seeing whether both of them are equal, both of them are true, or if one of them is true or neither of them is true. Okay, so set, bitwise, and all. These are different types. We'll take a look at all of them one by one. Okay, probably we will do two today, arithmetic and comparison. The other ones can be done later. Okay, so as I mentioned, in arithmetic operators you can use addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, and all. So how to, if I'm supposed to use them, how can I use them? So let us say I was saying I was doing what is the number here? So height is a number, right? So if I do select height from patients, so you're giving heights. So let us say what we do is we want to add. There was some calculation error, and we want to add. Okay, we'll just finish with arithmetic operators for today, and then later on I'll be here for solving doubts. After that we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, so let's say I did some calculation error in the height, and then I have to increase everybody's height by 5. So what I'll do plus 5. So now if I plus 5 small, let's this 1000 so that you are able to see it. If I do if I run this, so now you can see, right, what has happened. I've increased everybody's height by 1000. Okay, so these can not only be used in let's say select commands, these also can be used in a lot of other commands. So this is not updated, this is not actually updated. So if I have to use update, I have to use update height is equal to height plus 1000 from patients. So now this should update it, but I don't think update command doesn't work here. This practice, right, it is only for read. Okay, so but for using update, it is different. And you can also use this in update, nothing wrong. Let us say I wanted to make reduce everybody's height by 1000. If I do a control enter, so I say everybody's height is reduced by 1000. Similarly, I can do into, I wanted to increase everybody's height by 2%. So height you won't increase, but multiply, but if I was going to do 2, then it would do 2. So it's very straightforward. Arithmetic operators are very straightforward. So where can we use this is while updating tables. Let us say you wanted to give bonus to people, okay? And let us say a real life example, right? So you are a company and there is a table and the salary is a column in the table, okay? So you want to calculate the bonuses for all the employees. So what the company CEO will say, I'm giving 20% bonus for all people. So how will you calculate the bonus that time? So what you will do, select salary, comma, salary into 0.2 as bonus from patients. Salary, let's say salary is not there. I have height, no? Height and height into 0.2 as bonus from patients. And if I do enter, you can see, right? So you calculated the bonus 32, whatever. Okay. So now this is all 0.2% of whatever is the value on this side. These are all the arithmetic operators. And I hope you guys also know what is a modulus operator. So modulus operator is like remainder. If I do 12 mod 5, the answer, not answer, mod 5, the answer will be 2. Because when I divide 12 with 5, what is the remainder? The remainder is 2. And if I do 15 mod 10, it should give me 0. Sorry, 5. Same thing if I do 15 mod 5, it should give me 0 because 15 divided by 5 is 0. 15 divided by 10 is remainder is 5. You can also use select queries directly. Select in mod 5. You don't have to have a table. Without having a table also, you can do select and you can run the query. So I think this much is enough for today. I think we have covered a lot of topics. If we recap whatever we did we do? We saw how to use select statement, how to use where clause, then how to use order by ascending, order by descending. We can order individual columns one by one. Then we saw group by. Group by is you take a particular column and then you group by that column. Then we saw having statement for group by. And then what are the different types of operators, unary operator and binary operator. And then we looked at arithmetic operators. I think that is enough for today. I'll share the presentation with you people today. I'll share both of them. So if you ask for homework, this is a very good practice website. You don't have to install SQL also. So you can start. You can see all the questions. It has questions, and you can just choose easy ones and then try to solve. So all I think we have covered many of them. So you should be able to solve. Okay. So if I do start, so it will give me the question. So first name, last name, and gender of patient. So gender is M. So you can actually solve here and it will tell you whether it is right or no. Okay, for example, if I do what is it? First name, last name, whose patient gender is 1. Select first name, last name, and gender from patients where gender is equal to M. If you run this, it will tell you whether you have given the answer correctly or not. So you got it correct, right? Okay, somebody is asking for what was it? Having, no? So what is the difference between having and where clause, where and having? Okay. So let us say you have a table and you have city. Let's say city Delhi, and you have another column for Delhi. So let's say these are users. Okay. A, B, C, and D. D is from Bangalore. D is also from Bangalore, and I'm calculating their heights. So the height here is one is 100. One more guys is 200. One is 150, and the other guys is 300. So now if I want to group these people's height by city, so what I would do select uh, let's say I want to calculate average height, commas city from whatever is the table name, and then group by height, sorry, group by city. Okay, so then what will it return me? It will return me a column where it says Delhi, what is the average, 150, and then Bangalore, it will return me 300, 150 is 450, 455 to 2 is 225. Okay, so now I have Delhi 150 and Bangalore 225. So now if I do a having, right, group by city having average greater than 150, let's say 200. So that having will check here. Having won't go and check here. Having will instead check this table. But whereas if I do where, right, select from this table sorry, where height is greater than 200. So this where clause doesn't come and check this table. It instead checks this table first. So if I would do where clause, what will happen? By the time it comes to this, right? So where greater than 200, what it will do? It will remove this column only. It will remove this column also, right? These both columns are removed. And now my group by is only done on this. So now since my group by is only done on Bangalore, it will only show me, it will not show me Delhi at all. It will only show me Bangalore saying, and it will calculate it will, it will also remove this. It will also remove this from Bangalore. And what will it do? It will calculate the average height. Now the average height becomes 300 because there is only one column, right? But is 300 the average height actually correct? No, it is not correct. It is wrong. The actual height is what? The actual height is average height is 225. So what is the difference? The difference is first where clause is executed, only then having clause is executed. Okay. So where clause is executed before doing group by. Okay, to put it better, so you have like this where, first do where, then we do group by, then we do having. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Okay. Who had asked that question? Uh, I don't remember who had asked question, but I hope this answers your question.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Jasil.
yes, sir. So where can I practice this, sir? How?
I just gave you that website, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. That website is enough, right? Right, sir. This is what we do in our project also. This website will be,
No, 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 not for project. Just in the beginning. So you can.
yeah, just
I'll teach. I'll
basic
teach this.
website like
Yeah. For now, practice whatever you're learning now. That is more than enough.
okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. But people who are interested, you can search. It's very straightforward as going and searching and downloading. So if I use Windows, so okay, it was a different website, right? So you just have to download the installer and then just run it. Like you might have installed any software, right? Anything, just click next, next, next. Most of the stuff should be self-explanatory. You don't have to think much. If it asks for password, give root, ROOT. We use the same password everywhere. Okay. For practicing, that should be enough. Okay. So if nobody else has any questions, we'll end the call for today. I'll share the PPTs online. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.